Hey everybody, I'm live. It's John Hope Bryant. I'm in Daytona, Daytona, Florida for the, well, I'll get to that in a minute. Hello, as you're signing on, John Hope Bryant, founder, chairman, and chief executive officer of Operation Hope, the first and only nonprofit financial services network for the poor, the struggling class, the teetering class, those with too much month at the end of their money, who are struggling to make a life better in this country and around the world. Opening an office every week, sometimes 3 offices a week. Just opened up in Senatobia, Mississippi, population 8,000, mostly working class Caucasian, also in Mason Temple and Memphis, Tennessee, working class black. The last place that Dr. King spoke before he was assassinated, did that in 24 hours, showing that you can serve all of America and keep your moral center, keep your ethics, keep your values, and show that we're all in this thing together. I'm going to do a whole special on what we're doing in Mason Temple tomorrow. But I'm doing a special presentation now. In fact, I'm supposed to be across the street at something else, but I had to stop and do this video, so please excuse the casual dress. I had to stop and do this video because it's such an important message today. Again, John Bryant, CEO of Operation Hope, Bryant Group Ventures, author of How the Poor Can Save Capitalism, and I think most notably today, Love Leadership, the new way to lead in a fear-based world. There's 2 things in the world, there's love and there's fear, and what you don't love, you fear. And the reason this world is all screwed up is that most of our so-called leaders are leading by fear. Hello, Alicia, signing in. Latanya signing in. Mark Baxter, you're such a good brother. You're our next generation of leadership. People like you, Mark, signing in. Just want you to know that it's live. I do see you. Let me cut to the chase here, because we don't have a lot of time. You took time out of your schedule to come to me live. American exceptionalism. Hello, Clara. Good afternoon. Hello, Darnell. American exceptionalism, the real immigrant story. Here's a real immigrant story, ladies and gentlemen. On Mexico. Mexico is our 3rd largest trading partner in the United States, in the world, and is the 2nd largest export market for American goods. I want you to share these facts with your friends. Put this on your Facebook page. Share it on Twitter. Take screenshots. Share it on Instagram. Put it on your blog. Talk about it in conversation with your friends. White and black, rich and poor, conservative and liberal, Republican and Democrat. We've got to get these facts out. Mexico is the 2nd largest export partner, which means that we make something here and we send it to Mexico and they buy it. We're not giving it away. They're not getting it on food stamps. They're not stealing it. Mexico is the 2nd largest export partner for American goods. When we make something in California, do we really think somebody in Seattle is buying it? When we make something in Tennessee, do we really think that somebody in California is buying it? No, those goods are being purchased around the world, which means we're a global marketplace. But I'm not picking on this thing with Mexico. I'm talking about the immigrant story, which is under attack as a value of America, and it is wrong. Here's why. America's the largest economy in the world. Let me start with the easiest part. We're all immigrants. Well, black folks got on the wrong boat, okay? So maybe we're different. And Native Americans, of course, were here before anybody else. Even though people say they founded the country, really Native Americans get no credit for it, and we gave them American reservations, which are broke and tore up, other than the ones with casinos, which are 500 credit score neighborhoods, which I'll get to in another video. And they have the largest alcoholism problem in the country, because many times they're depressed and feel distressed and disrespected. But American Indians were the only people really here, okay? Everybody else here got on the boat, train, plane, and came here. So when I talk to my Caucasian friends, I say, where are you from? And they'll say, well, I'm from Kentucky. No, where are your parents from? Well, my father is from Tennessee. No. Where was his grandparents from, or her grandparents? Well, I don't know. Okay, they're probably looking at you. I can tell DNA. You know, they're probably from Western Europe, right? Oh, I never thought about that. Yeah, they're probably German, which means they immigrated. Where are your family from? My parents came from Ireland. Hello, my family came from Poland. Hello, my family came from Italy. Hello, my family came from France. Hello, my family came from Norway. Those are people in Minneapolis. Huge network of people from the Nordic countries in Minneapolis, as an example. Hello, those are all immigrants. And a lot of people came here who are in the early 20th century struggling because their countries had totalitarian leaders, repressive leaders who were kicking their rear end, forcing them to do horrible things, depressing, distressing, rape, pillage, crime, mayhem, no democracy. And those people got the heck out of those countries. They got out of Poland. They got out of Austria in the times of Hitler in that region of the world. They fled those parts of the world because they had no chance for freedom. And they came to America, which was the beacon and has been the beacon of freedom in the world. That's why they came here. They came to the equivalent of Ellis Island, white immigrants, and said, I'm going to live the American dream for me and my family. Not a dollar in their pocket, not as my mother would say, or my dad would say growing up in the South, not a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. And they came here as immigrants, and they lived that American experience. And from nothing but a dream, America gave them a shot. At fulfilling their lives. A whole generations of Jewish immigrants came here because they were repressed in Western and Eastern Europe during the World War II and the Holocaust. That's why the population is here. You name me the population, and I'll give you the immigrant story that's behind them, right? And again, black folks got on the wrong boat. We were the result of the only slavery that happened on American land. So we're all immigrants, right? So why do you think Mexicans are coming here, the next wave of immigrants? Why do you think Syrians are coming here? They're coming to, once again, escape the 21st century of what my European friends escaped in the 20th century. So how can we close the door because the door is after us? How do we close the door on people who came after us and saying, no, it's okay for my family, it's okay for my grandparents, but it's not okay for you? So are Mexicans coming here to steal your stuff? Is that what they're trying to do? Are they coming here for freedom? Are they coming here because they can't get a job? By the way, immigration from Mexico is down. Sorry, illegal immigration into Mexico, illegal immigration in Mexico in the U.S. is down because jobs are being created in Mexico. So right when we were talking about shutting things down, and by the way, they're not coming over walls. They're going through tunnels. They're coming on trains, right? So even you put up a wall that's 100 feet tall, it's symbolic only. The drug cartels have gotten tunnels from somebody's home to a factory across the border. It's a very sophisticated operation. So this is symbolism, and this is feeding on fear, and we need to stop it because it's going to hurt us. It's going to shoot us in the foot. Now let me turn. So first of all, we're all immigrants, and anybody who wants to refute this, you need to put up not emotions but facts. If you are somebody who wants to refute what I'm saying, put up facts, because there are no facts. Facts are stubborn things. I just gave you the facts. All right, so somebody just said, Terrence Woodley said Mexicans are actually heading back home. They are, because jobs are plentiful in Mexico. They want to be there with their family. They're coming here for a better way of life. How can you blame somebody wanting a better education and a better way of life? I didn't say it was okay, by the way. Illegal immigration is not okay. You hear me? It is not okay. But it is one thing from saying I'm going to make you pay a price for your illegal act and then demonizing somebody as inhuman or somehow a criminal because they want a better life for themselves and their family. Those are two different things. You can disagree without being disagreeable. Hear me? You guys like that? Okay, good. You can disagree. Love you back, Angela. We are all immigrants. Lachey, exactly. Facts. We can disagree without being disagreeable. If you're from the Caribbean islands, you're an immigrant. You're from and by the way, most people coming from Latin America are not coming from Mexico, okay, anymore. They're coming through Mexico, but not from Mexico. So if you're from Latin America, you're an immigrant. You're from the Middle East, you're an immigrant. And by the way, none of the folks that are currently being banned, none of the countries are where the terrorists came from. And 95% of all domestic terrorism, by the way, are not from Muslims. 95% of domestic terrorism, this is a fact, in the U.S., check with the Department of Homeland Security, are not from Muslims, not of people of the Islamic faith. That is a fact. Let me get back to my story. And I'm going to write something about this on LinkedIn, and I'll share it later. The largest economy in the world is the United States economy. $17 trillion, the largest economy in the world. There's 7 billion people in the world. There's 350 million people in America. So it's obviously we're not doing it on volume, right? We're doing it because we were smart. Because after World War II, with countries that had bombed us, Germany and Japan specifically, we voted to rebuild them. It's called the Marshall Plan. So these folks jammed us up, beat us up. But it wasn't. We knew it wasn't the people in those countries. We knew that the people were basically good. It was the so-called leaders in those countries who were backwards, and we got rid of those leaders. In fact, in many cases, the people, the citizens of those countries, got rid of those leaders, and they're on the dustbin of history. Nobody remembers them. They're an asterisk to history. They had their moment. They're gone. Right? We voted to rebuild those countries, Germany and Japan, that had beat us up and bombed us. And what are our two largest trading partners in the world today? Sorry for the background noise. Germany and Japan. What are our two largest allies in the world today? Germany and Japan. Okay? Who are the two largest economies? One of the two largest economies in the world today? Germany and Japan. All right? So you can make somebody your foe or make them your friend. It is your choice. But we have and by the way, the largest place where funding went to from the World Bank to rebuild was not some third world country, it was France. A developed country got more money from the World Bank to rebuild after World War II than any place else in the world. So we got to stop demonizing poor people and dark people and people who don't fit a certain narrative just because they're different. There's some kind of a drama going on in the background, but we're going to ignore it to finish this kind of conversation. I'm almost over. So the largest economy in the world is the U.S. The most diverse place in the world is the U.S. I'm going to repeat that. The only place in the world with every race of people within our borders is the United States of America. Boom. Juan said a few bad apples spoil the bunch. Exactly right, all right? But you got bums in your family, Juan. I got bums in my family. White folks got bums in their family. Black folks got bums in their family. Latinos got bums in their family. Asians got bums in their family. And we can't throw the whole ball out because of a few bad people. Don't generalize. Ask the bums to get out. All right, back to the story. The largest economy in the world is the U.S. The most diverse place in the world is in the U.S. The place with the only place in the world with every race of people in the world. Can they talk a little louder? The only place in the world with every race of people in our borders is the U.S. The two largest economies in the U.S. I'm almost done. California and New York. What's the two most ethnically diverse places in the United States of America? California and New York. You cannot make this up. So we are shooting ourselves in the foot by beating up immigrants because 70% of this economy is consumers spending, ladies and gentlemen, not wealthy people or governments or big businesses buying stuff. It is you and me paying for coffee, paying for the hotel bill at the hotel that I'm at right now, going to lunch, going to breakfast, paying for mortgages, car notes, and many kinds of times these are struggling immigrants who are going to work, coming home, paying for daycare. These are struggling immigrants who came here and who are hustling their butts off. I had a guy who immigrated here a few years ago, who drove me last night in Uber, and we're in Daytona, but he drove 4 hours from Miami to visit some friends and to work as an Uber driver while he was here so he could make some extra money. This is the American way. Now, who else is going to do that? Who's going to drive 4 hours from Miami to Daytona because they can pick up some extra business? Now I can say why I'm here. I'm here for the Daytona 24-hour race, thanks to Ford Performance. Thank you. Here before the third and Ford Performance, so let me be your guest. But I came in on a plane, and I came here and I was very comfortable. This guy drove 4 hours as an immigrant here to, yes, see his friends, but to work, W-O-R-K, to work, and not for a free, but for a fee. And he's paying his taxes, he's paying for gas, he's paying for food, and that's funding small businesses, and in many cases funding small businesses for people who don't even like them. It could be some racist person running a gas station, and this guy's coming and getting gas, who's an immigrant, who's funding his business. But yet we don't like each other. Let me tell you something. I'm done with this. We have got to stop shooting ourselves in the foot. You can take no pleasure from the fact there's a hole in my end of our boat. So if you hate your neighbor because he's black, or she's white, or she's Latino, or she's Asian, or whatever, you are beyond being stupid, because racism is stupid, because my DNA is 71% Cameroon, African, 26% European, white, yes, and the rest is Asian, Indian, and other. In other words, I'm of mixed race. So if I hate white people, I hate myself. If I hate Latinos, Asians, Indians, and others, I hate myself. If I hate black people or Africans, I hate myself. And that is the case for most people on this planet, including those who are members of the Ku Klux Klan. They're partly black. Most of them are of mixed race. This is ridiculous. But while we're arguing with each other here in America, China is saying, let me lead the world. They're saying, let me be the leader of the world. We're not arguing with ourselves. While we're doing this, Russia's saying, let me lead the world. They won't. They're almost going broke, by the way. That's why they're calling dissension all around the world. But there are many countries that would love to take our place. In fact, most places in the world would love to take our place, but we're so busy arguing with ourselves and being stupid and winning battles and losing wars and arguing over race and racism and stupidity and what you don't like. We are winning battles and losing wars. You are arguing with your neighbor, who is your ally, who should be your friend, and we should be rowing this rowboat in the same direction. It's not about white, black, red, brown, or yellow. It's about having some more green. All right, I love you much. I got to go to the race before it's over and catch a plane. I'm going to answer, Stephanie said, that's right. If you guys like this video, give it some positive thumbs ups, give it some love, tell me you like this, and it's so important that you share this video with whomever you can. We are having a stupid argument in this country that's not even winning a battle, it's just losing a war. We are, our primary, you do like that, okay, fantastic. Show me some love, show America and the world who we really are. Right? There you go. We are shooting ourselves in the foot. This is not who we are. America sells freedom. Ladies and gentlemen, hear me. Okay, fantastic. You do like this. America's product is freedom. That's our product. That's our DNA. We're not a country. We're an idea. And we can make her anything that we want, including a failure if we don't treat her well. I love this country. She made me who I am. She's not perfect. There's a lot of things to screw up, but I wouldn't want to live any place else. I've been to 100 countries, wouldn't want to live any place else. And this is to quote Andrew Young, Ambassador Andrew Young, this is my country, okay? This is not my country. This is my country, and it is your country too. And we've got to fight for her so that she's right. So we got to educate our leaders in Washington, not demonize them, educate our leaders in Washington of who we demand we are, all right? I will work with anybody that wants to help poor people and struggling families, Republicans, Democrats, blacks, whites, rich, poor. I'll work with anybody. Hear the message. I'm not demonizing anybody. I'm saying that there's a better way. Love you. I'm out. Dropping the mic. I'll respond to the comments a little later. Thank you for positive message. That was Joy. Thank you. Good. Terrence Woodley. That's my issue with building. How do we fix this, Juan? Well, part of this is this conversation, and part of it is involving yourself in the solution. And what I'm trying to do, what I am doing, is opening the Starbucks of financial inclusion around this country to move credit scores from 500 to 700, because nothing's changed your life more than God or love than moving your credit score 120 points. And all of this depression and all of this fear and all these problems are coming from 500 credit score neighborhoods with no jobs, no entrepreneurship, no economic opportunity, no aspiration, people depressed, distressed, white and black, brown. All of this fear is coming from poor and struggling and depressed places, urban and rural. 700 credit score communities don't riot, ladies and gentlemen. They just want to go riot. They just want to, they don't riot. They don't riot. They want to go shopping. Okay, 700 credit score communities don't riot of any race ever. Never been a riot in America's history. They just want to go shopping. They want to spend time with their family. We need more aspiration and more hope in this country, and not more division. I'm out.